September 11th, I'm Lee Harris. Here's what's happening. It's primary day and the polls are open.
You couldn't live within or visit New York without getting a tour of the tower. And if you were really intrepid, you might actually go to the roof.
2110, you guys coming in for building number 2 on the 97th floor. People trapped.
Stay where you are.
When the World Trade Center buildings were going up, my dad told me, when those are finished, we're going to go up on the top. My dad said these buildings will last for 1,000 years. They'll be here forever.
Fourth floor in the World Trade Center.
Firemen in the building. They're making their way up there.
It's 25 to 30 people.
It's a terrific place to work. And on a clear day, you could see the curvature of the earth. I said, no, it's not possible. It's not possible that my life is going to end this way.
Get this one.
Can we break a window?
Whatever you have to do to get the air.
Break a window, somebody!
It was really, every fiber in your body is screaming. It's like, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here.
Okay, let's give you a hand here. Come on, guys. We got ourselves a VIP to get down.
Name badges and welcome.
They're all notified. Fire department, ambulance service, plane police. They're all notified. Fire department and ambulance are notified.
Geography, sir.
No.
Thanks, you saved my life.
What the hell are you doing? You trying to kill us all?
Tell the boys. Tell the boys I love them.
British, huh?
Afraid so.
So where are you from, London?
I'm from the south coast, a place called Hayling Island.
Em menos de 2 horas, as 2 torres do World Trade Center ficarão em ruínas. Outros 3 aviões terão sido sequestrados e ter-se-ão despenhado. E milhares de vidas terão mudado para sempre. Este filme apresenta os acontecimentos no centro da catástrofe, através dos olhos das pessoas que lá se encontravam. E mostra, minuto a minuto, o que realmente aconteceu no interior do World Trade Center, no dia em que a América foi atacada.
I heard the bang. I thought it was thunder. So he goes, look outside. I looked outside. I said, holy shit, it looks like a plane hit it or something.
Milhões de telespectadores em todo o mundo assistiram aos acontecimentos em direto. Mas as pessoas no interior das torres não sabiam praticamente nada.
No, it's an explosion.
O homem que conhece as Torres Gêmeas por dentro e por fora, o diretor da obra Frank DiMartini. Ele supervisionou os trabalhos de reconstrução na sequência de um ataque bombista em 1993.
What, above us?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Whatever it was, shouldn't we be getting out of here?
Frank? Hey, do you know what happened?
No idea. I'd say the building moved 10, maybe 12 feet.
More like 20. What's it like out there?
A lot of debris. People pretty shocked.
Can they clear it?
Yeah.
Honey, find somewhere less smoky. Alan's office, maybe? Stay there till they find a way out. Matt, Pablo and me, we're going to check out the rest of the floor.
A mulher de Frank, Nicole, também trabalha no World Trade Center como inspetora de estruturas para uma empresa de engenharia.
You think the building's all right?
If the slip joint's held, yeah. Mac,
yeah,
get your gear.
Right here.
Mac?
Yeah.
Try to persuade him to come down. Please.
Okay.
O voo 11 da American Airlines destrói de imediato 6 andares da Torre Norte. Embora todos os pisos tenham sido concebidos para resistirem ao fumo e fogo, o fumo penetra através dos outros andares até ao topo do edifício, 1 minuto após o impacto.
Listen up, everybody. Everyone, listen up, everybody, please. Everyone, please, you've got to stay calm. Can you listen up? I am going to call the emergency services. They will be with us shortly, okay?
Esta manhã, é Christina Lander que está encarregada das salas de conferências na Windows on the World.
Check the elevators. Sir, could you do that, please?
Elevator.
Out there, thank you.
Todas as chamadas que Christine fez nesta manhã para o Departamento da Polícia da Autoridade Portuária ficaram gravadas e foram transcritas.
Yes, hi, this is Christine, Assistant GM of Windows. We're getting no direction up here. We're having a smoke condition. 106th floor, the 107th floor is way too smoky. We need to know where to direct our guests and our employees as soon as possible.
Okay, we're doing our best, man. We got the fire department, everybody. We're trying to get up to you. Right? We'll go back in 2 or 3 minutes and we'll find out what directions you should try to get out.
You know, our guests are scared.
The stairways A, B, and C blocked off and smoke.
Yes.
Okay, here, go back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
You're on the air right now. Go ahead. What can you tell us?
This just in, you were looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center. Clearly, something relatively devastating happening this morning there on the south end of the island of Manhattan.
6 pisos abaixo da zona de impacto, o corretor Hong Zhu e os seus colegas não fazem ideia do que aconteceu.
We just suddenly felt there was a big shake, a rumble.
I say we go now. We can't just hang around waiting for something to happen.
And after that initial rumble, we looked around. The ceilings caved in, and we didn't know what happened.
Come on, kiddo. We need to get out of here.
Entre os colegas de Hong está Harry Ramos, o diretor.
Coming with us?
I think we should stay here and wait for instructions.
But why? It's an emergency.
Somehow I remembered in 1993 there was an incident in World Trade Center, and some people died, not because of the bomb, but because they were stepped upon exiting the building.
Han, the building just moved 10 feet. It's not safe.
Folks, come on, gotta go.
No, I'm staying.
People,
And good luck.
And you too.
See you at Max for lunch.
Sorry, your call cannot be taken right now. Please hold the line.
Minutos depois do primeiro impacto, a linha 112 ficou obstruída devido à quantidade de pessoas que ligam. As pessoas que estão no interior das torres, bem como os seus familiares e amigos, telefonam para o centro de comando da autoridade portuária pedindo instruções e informações.
We want you out the building, ma'am.
Sir, there are emergency services on their way to you.
Evacuate the building. Emergency services are on their way.
A maior parte das pessoas que ainda o conseguem preferem abandonar a Torre Norte. Outras decidem não o fazer. E isto por uma razão muito simples. Disseram-nos para não saírem dali.
All personnel remain at your desks. Please remain at your desks. All personnel remain at your desks.
Calling on the 43rd floor. What are we supposed to do?
We want you out the building, ma'am. Do not use the elevator. Use the stairwells. Evacuate the building.
But they're saying not to.
All personnel remain at your desks. Please remain at your desks.
I'm going to put you on hold.
Could you just hold the line for a second?
PA's telling them to stay where they are.
What? Can we turn it off from here?
No.
Devido ao impacto do avião, os sistemas vitais do edifício começaram a funcionar deficientemente e a estrutura está danificada. 70 andares abaixo do local de impacto, os tetos começaram a abater e as portas ficaram encravadas.
This is SCC. Hello? Hello, we need some assistance.
Devido ao ângulo de impacto do voo 11, todas as escadas e postes dos elevadores para os andares superiores ficaram cortados. Mais de 1.300 pessoas estão encurraladas. Não há saída, nem plano de salvamento.
Sir! Sir, did you check out the elevators?
Yeah, but they're all burned out.
Right. We need water. The faucets aren't working. Can you please try to find some bottled water? Water from the vases, anything? Thank you.
Hello, PAPD.
Hi, this is Christine calling from the North Tower of the World Trade Center. We need help.
What is your situation?
Right now we need a safe haven. Can you direct us to a certain quadrant?
Hi, ma'am. I have to get on the radio as soon as possible. As soon as humanly possible.
The people are asking whether they can break the windows. They can't breathe. Can we break the windows?
No, for the moment, do not break the windows.
So what do we do?
Call back in 2 or 3 minutes.
Thanks. Great. Check out the roof. The roof? Yeah, there's a service exit onto the roof. It's usually locked, but you never know.
I watched it. I seen it. So it was a red light. It was so long. This building right here.
Once we turned the corner onto Canal Street, what we saw was a nightmare. So I was looking at 20 floors of fire, which translated into 20 acres of fire. And I'm thinking to myself, how are we going to deal with this?
Okay, come on, guys, moving through. Watch your step. Come on, come on.
As equipas da Corporação de Bombeiros de Nova York chegam à Torre Norte minutos depois do primeiro embate. Entre elas encontra-se o comandante da Brigada 6, Jay Jonas.
Okay, check your packs.
One of the firemen from Rescue 1 said what we were all thinking. He came out and he said, we may not live through today. And we all looked at him and he says, you're right. And we stopped and we took the time to shake each other's hands and wish each other good luck.
Not yet, guys. They've had their orders. We haven't had ours yet.
But out of all those guys I was surrounded by, I'm the only one who's alive. They all perished.
Ainda indeciso quanto ao que fazer, Hong Zhu continua a tentar obter instruções dos operadores do 112. Harry Ramos e os que preferiram sair começam a perceber-se da gravidade da situação.
Better through here. Anybody got any water? Get a piece of fabric, clothing, handkerchief, anything.
Yeah, I've got my lucky shirt here.
Put some water on it, then we can breathe through it. Does this color suit me? Let's go find a stairwell. I don't trust the elevators. Everybody okay back there?
As escadas de ambas as torres são muito estreitas. Na largura permitem apenas 2 pessoas. Cada torre tem 3 conjuntos de escadas, mas de modo a acomodar os postos dos elevadores e outra maquinaria, 2 delas não descem a direita. Quem pretende sair tem de atravessar o edifício para continuar a descer.
What do you think, guys?
Try another one?
Yeah. I say we go back to the sky lobby. Maybe take an elevator if it's working. If not, find another stairwell. Is everybody cool with that? Okay, let's go. At least the beast going to the gym, huh?
Enquanto muitos aguardam nos seus escritórios e outros tentam efetuar a longa descida, há os que não conseguem ir a parte nenhuma. No regresso do refeitório, onde tomavam um pequeno almoço quando o avião embatou na torre, estão Ian Demjur e Al Smith, funcionários da autoridade portuária.
We dropped a few floors. 5, maybe 10.
Yeah? So, what do we do now?
Tanto quanto sabem, pode tratar-se simplesmente de uma vulgar avaria neste elevador.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Port Authority. We have a large explosion in the building.
And finally, a voice came over the intercom, not the recording that it normally gives. A voice came over and said, "We have had a large explosion in the building."
Port Authority. We have a large explosion in the building.
And that was it. And there was no more.
And boom, the line dead.
Tell them to get us out of here.
You're gonna send someone to help us get out of here? We have some problems, I think.
And we never speak again with the man on an intercom.
Shit.
When you're inside, you're still like a cat in a cage. I don't have any clue what's happened outside elevator or in the building. I said, we have to make a decision. Nobody gonna come and help us.
I think we're gonna have to find our own way out.
We blocked the doors with wet Kleenex and that sucks up some of the smoke.
As operadoras da sala de segurança, encurraladas, têm agora de lidar com mais uma situação de emergência.
Still can't get out. Thanks.
Hello?
Hi, this is Melanie. I'm with the conference.
We're trying to get up onto the roof, but we can't. I see. Where exactly are you? I'm not sure what number. The door won't open.
Yeah, you need a swipe card.
Well, we haven't bloody got one.
Well, in that case, I can't help you.
Can you open them from down there?
I'm sorry, we're unable to do that from here.
So what are we going to do?
I'm afraid you're gonna have to find a way down.
We've tried, but we can't.
Well, then you're gonna have to wait for the emergency services to come to you. I'm sorry.
I see.
Mesmo que Melanie e os outros delegados conseguissem chegar ao telhado, o salvamento seria impossível. Não existem planos oficiais para evacuações por helicóptero e os pilotos já chegaram à conclusão que tentar fazê-lo é demasiado arriscado.
All right, just through here. That's it, keep low. Watch your heads. That's it. All right, everything's fine. Come on, sir. Nearly there. That's it. That's it. Janet, you take him through. Frank. Oh, Frank, are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, do we know what happened?
No, but whatever it was, you're leaving. The stairwell's clear.
Well, what about you? Aren't you coming?
No, when I get everyone out, I'll come down.
Oh, no, please,
No,
Frank.
look, there are people trapped up here. I know this building. I know how to get them out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't. I'll be fine. Seriously.
And that's where Frank would always cross the line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would say, okay, I've done what I can do, I'm gonna get out of here. And Frank just never had that point.
Frank? I say we check out the tech room. Sure. Hey. I'll see you in a few minutes. Come on, let's go.
Apenas andar acima do de Frank de Martini, encontra-se Rick Bryan, gestor da companhia de seguros MetLife.
And I'll often say it was as if on a summer evening, sometimes every year, or maybe every other year, you hear a thunderclap, and the thunder rolls in like no other time, with a slowly building crescendo. And that's how it was on that day, when the plane hit. And I'm one step into the hallway, holding the door open. And I was struck by the blackness that was in front of me. It was the deepest, the richest black that I had ever seen.
Anybody there? Anybody there?
And I'm thinking to myself, you know, you have the keys to the door. You can easily open the door and go back from where you came.
Hello?
But can you be certain that your keys are going to work?
Hello?
And I was frightened. I was very frightened. So instead of continuing down the hall, I went back into our office and let the door close. If I had gone down the hallway and died, it would have been better than living with this knowledge of, hey, you know what, when it came right down to it, I was a coward. And it was actually our two co-workers on the other side down that hallway that ended up dying on that day. And I often think now, perhaps I should have continued down that hallway.
I wouldn't say panic. I would say people was beginning to, I know I was beginning to get a little edgy.
Yeah. Oh, so what do we do now?
We're gonna make a call.
But it's concrete.
No, it's not. It's sheetrock.
Hey, he's right. It's sheetrock.
It's plasterboard.
This is Christine again on Windows. We have to have air. The fresh air is going down fast. I am not exaggerating.
Ma'am, I know you're not exaggerating. We're getting a lot of these calls. We're setting the fire department up as soon as possible.
What are we going to do for air?
Ma'am, the fire department is on its way.
Can we break a window?
You can do whatever you have to do to get the air.
Break a window, somebody! Break a window!
Where are you going?
We're not going to get out of here. You know that, no?
No, help is on its way. We just have to wait.
Nobody's coming. It's just us.
No! Don't!
You trying to kill us all? You break the window, you're gonna let the air in. Get away from the window. This whole place will be in flames in minutes. Come on.
And I saw coming down behind them outside
Looked like a suit or something.
a man's suit. And I said to myself,
why would anyone do that?
Who would throw a suit out the window? What is that about?
Mais de 100 pessoas saltam ou caem dos andares superiores da Torre Norte. Nem Christine, nem mais ninguém torna a fazer chamadas da Windows on the World após as 9h40.
We went to her apartment and that. Her answering machine was just full with messages. No more could be that friends were calling her. Because my son listened to the end. And that answering machine we brought home, that I have it.
A uns meros 40 metros dali, na Torre Sul, reina a confusão. Algumas pessoas viram ou ouviram falar do desastre que abalou a Torre Norte. E sem esperarem que a situação se esclareça, são muitos os que decidem abandonar o edifício.
You are in the midst of evacuation. Use the entry doors and elevators to return to your office. I repeat, Building 2 is secure.
Dado o risco de um grande número de civis no exterior poder bloquear o acesso de polícias e bombeiros, é difundida a notícia de que a Torre Sul é segura.
If you are in the midst of evacuation, you may use the re-entry doors and elevators to return to your office. I repeat, Building 2 is secure. There is no need to evacuate Building 2.
That's a lot of valuable, really valuable time.
Stanley Bramnath abandonou o seu escritório no 81º andar, mas precisamente quando ia a sair, vê que funcionários do edifício estão a encaminhar as pessoas de volta, convencendo-as de que é mais seguro ficarem onde estão.
Had I known that this building was on fire next door and a plane had gone into this building, I would never have gone back up. I would have gone straight home.
Building 2 is secure. There is no need to evacuate Building 2.
I'm not sure about this, guys.
Pouco depois das 9 horas, Jay Jonas, comandante da Brigada 6, recebe instruções para subir à Torre Norte.
He just closed his eyes and he shook his head and he says, just take your guys upstairs and do the best you can. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw a big black shadow on the ground. And a man came running in from the outside and said, a plane just crashed into the World Trade Center.
O voo 175 da United Airlines, com destino a Los Angeles, embate às 9 horas e 3 minutos no edifício 2, a Torre Sul, menos de 17 minutos após o edifício 1 ter sido atingido.
We still don't know.
Uma pessoa que assiste diretamente ao impacto é Stanley Bramnath, que acabou de regressar ao seu escritório, vindo do átrio principal.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm standing up with the phone in my hand.
Well, we're fine.
My coffee and bagel that I bought when I was coming up still sits there on a desk. And I'm looking towards the Statue of Liberty, the direction of, with the phone in my hand. And that's when the plane caught my eyes. And this plane is bearing down on me. Eye level eye contact. I'm hypnotized standing up there. I'm not having time to react. Or I'm looking at this plane, and it's getting bigger, bigger, bigger. Lord, I can't do this, you take over. And I dove under my desk.
What's the other jet doing? Holy fuck!
Oh my God! Oh my God! Jesus fucking Christ!
Wow. That apparently does look like it is in the other building at this point. That's
Anyway, this is 1690. We just had to call the hung up, but he said a new explosion just happened at 2 World Trade Center on the 80th floor.
O avião colide com a Torre Sul entre os andares 77 e 85. Devido ao ângulo do embate, uma das escadas para estes andares fica transitável durante algum tempo e dá-se ainda outro acaso extraordinário.
The strange thing, the bizarre thing is, the phone starts to ring. I don't know who is trying to dial me, but the phone is ringing. And I'm saying to myself, I got to be dreaming. This is not real. In the real world, the plane crashes, you die. This is not real. I got to be dreaming. I live.
Help! Help!
Alguns gabinetes dos andares atingidos pelo avião são poupados à devastação das chamas. Um deles é o escritório de Brian Clark.
The sensation was that our whole building moved to the Hudson River and kept moving a distance of 6 to 8 feet. I know that sounds preposterous, and whether it did move 6 to 8 feet, I don't know, but that was the sensation. And I had this terrifying thought that we're going over.
Everyone okay?
In a split second, our room just absolutely disintegrated. It was as if a demolition crew had been given all the right equipment, sledgehammers and crowbars, go through and destroy this space, and you've got a whole day to do it. but it happened in an instant.
Okay, listen up. There's a good chance of fire. We have to exit this building as soon as possible. No time to get your stuff. Just follow me.
Going down?
Yeah, we're going down. Wait. Where are you going?
It's bad down there. Smoke, flames, real bad.
Oh, I understand. But trust me, we have to get out of the building. And the only way out is down.
I say we go back up.
Yeah, me too. I don't know when. Look, I say we keep going. Check it out. See if we can't find a different way down. Look, it's bad upstairs, but it's not going to get any better.
But what if we can't find a way out?
Well, then we'll just have to see.
What about the roof? No way!
Help!
He's wrong.
Help!
What was that?
Okay.
Help!
Come on, let's go.
I heard this noise inside the 81st floor, this sort of banging, and this voice screaming for help. Help, help, I'm buried. Is anybody there? I can't breathe. And I said, come on, Ron, we've got to get this guy.
Is there anybody in here?
As I went through the gap sideways, I saw the rest of the group on the stairwell, and they all went up, and they all died that day.
Okay. Let's round everyone up, check they're okay, see who's missing. I'll call emergency services.
Elaine Gentle é diretora de recursos humanos no banco privado Fiduciary Trust.
Look, check outside to see if you can find a way out.
Okay, I'm on it.
Uma das primeiras chamadas que faz é para o seu marido, Jack.
Elaine?
Yeah, me.
First thing I said was, thank God you're all right. And she said, well, not really. I said, well, what do you mean?
Well, I don't know. I heard some sort of explosion below us. I don't know what it was.
And I said, well, it doesn't make sense because the plane hit the other building. It didn't hit your building. She said, well, there was some kind of explosion beneath us.
I don't know what it was.
And I didn't know what to make of that. And she said, well...
We're trying to figure out what we should be doing. Yeah. It's getting really hot in here, and there's smoke coming out of the vents.
She didn't know whether they should stay or leave. And she didn't know what to do about the situation that was growing worse.
Elaine,
huh?
It doesn't look good.
I had no idea that there was a plane that hit her building. She had no idea that a plane hit that building.
And I'm screaming, Lord, I don't want to die. Please send somebody, anybody to help me. And as I'm screaming, I realize I'm temporarily deaf. I couldn't hear.
I can't stand the smoke. I gotta go.
Hey, look, you go back and join the others. It's okay. Hello? Hello? Is there anybody in here?
And I crawled the entire length of the loans department through the lounge, into the computer room, into the communication room, and that's the farthest I could have gotten. Because one lousy sheetrock wall stood firm, blocking my path.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey, is someone there?
Yeah.
I can't see you. Keep going. What? I can't see you.
I turned my flashlight toward the voice.
Yeah, I got you.
What I remember asking him was, what is your name? He said, Brian Clark. What are the chances for you to have a flashlight? He said, I'm a fire warden.
Down and to your left.
But I suddenly heard this person with this saying, "Can you see my hand? Can you see my hand?"
Here. Can you see my hand? Can you see my hand?
Which floor?
Okay, guys, here's the deal. It's a raw one. We have to go to the upper floors for search and rescue. Only thing is we can't use the elevator, so we're gonna take stairwell B. 10 floors at a time. 10 floors, quick rest, 10 more.
I told them, I says, they're trying to kill us, boys. I says, let's go to work.
Okay.
And to their credit, every one of them, they looked at me and says, okay, Cap, we're with you. There was thousands of people upstairs that needed our help, and that's where we gotta go.
Quando J. Jonas inicia o seu percurso ascendente, vê que muitas outras pessoas estão a descer. Existem mais de 200 lances de escadas em cada torre. Sair do edifício a pé leva mais de 50 minutos. Mas é o que a maioria das pessoas no interior da Torre Norte ainda tenta fazer. E para algumas não é nada fácil. Uma das que não consegue sair por si é Victor Wald.
Now, he made it from the 83rd floor down to the 59th floor. So he made it down over 25 flights.
Sir? Do you need a hand?
I just think probably he just became more frightened. Sometimes you just become, you know, you can't move your legs anymore.
I'll send someone back up to find you, okay?
I'll just hold you back. Go on.
No, Victor, you stay, I stay.
I don't know why he was drawn to Victor. I have no idea why.
You guys don't need to hang around. Why don't you take off? I'll meet you downstairs when we get there.
They had no connection. They didn't know each other at all. You know, they just could have walked by him like a lot of people would have done.
You got any kids?
Yeah, 2 daughters. Why?
How old are they?
9 and 13. The oldest just had her bat mitzvah.
Don't you think she'd want to know that you're safe?
Maybe. Yeah.
What's her name?
Alexandra.
Tell you what, why don't we get you out of here and then you can get home and tell Alexandra and your other daughter that you're okay. Come on. Yeah, let's get you on your feet.
That was when I saw Harry was helping a gentleman who I did not know, and quite slowly.
Hey, you decided to take the day off after all. Hong, this is Victor. Victor, this is Hong. We're gonna help him get out of here. Victor. Tell you what, guys, I really could use a beer.
Hey, guys, wait up.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's take a rest here. Drink some water.
We're at war with somebody. I don't know who we're at war with, but we're at war with somebody.
Check your packs. We leave again in 2.
Not only the United States is a target, but right where I'm standing is a major target. Now, is there going to be a 3rd plane? Is there going to be a 4th plane? We didn't know.
What the hell is it going to be like up there? Guys, you ready? Okay, let's go.
No 81º andar do edifício 2, a Torre Sul, Brian Clark e Stanley Prameneth ainda estão separados por monte de escombros.
You're gonna have to climb over the top. I'm not sure I can do that. Well, you're gonna have to.
I said, the only way out of here is you to go over this. You must do this. And I climbed up on some stuff and kind of looked down at him. He scrambled up like a cat, and I tried to... He fell down once. I said, you must do this.
And this person behind this wall is telling me if I want to live, I must climb over. He says, you jump on the other side, I'll catch you.
He said, hallelujah, I've been saved, which was sort of took me back.
This man really thought I was crazy. And I don't know how to thank a man who just saved my life. I reach down, I hug this man, and I give him a kiss.
And he gave me this great big kiss.
And this man says, whoa, 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 what are you doing? He says, Brian Clark.
And he said, I'm Stanley. We'll be brothers for life. I said, well, that's great. As we started to dust ourselves off, I said...
Well, that works for me. I never had a brother. And now I do.
Hey, you okay? Your hand, it looks nasty.
Hey, what about you?
This can't be real. I can't believe we're alive.
Well, let's keep it that way.
Up or down?
Down.
You lead the way. You're the lifesaver around here.
This man put his hand around my shoulder and he says, come on, buddy, let's go home. And the first time in my life, I cried like a baby. Because nobody never showed me that kind of compassion in my life before. A total stranger.
I got from her at 100th floor World Trade Center. 100. She was able to speak, just barely.
Elaine, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, good. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to try and get the outer...
The sprinklers not working was a mystery, and so I got somebody from the engineering department to talk to her about that, and he got on the phone.
No, not there.
There isn't one. What?
I want you to hit it.
He advised that they should get somebody to hit the sprinkler head with a shoe.
Table lamp.
Hit it.
And I heard Elaine say, you know, try it again, try it again.
No, it's not
No,
working.
Ed, hit it again.
She said, it's not working. Nothing happened. I could tell that she was concerned. After the call, he looked at me and said, she's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right.
Chip, right chip, right chip, right chip. Finally, after maybe 40 minutes or so, he got a hole about the size of a grapefruit.
Sweet smell of fresh air.
Yes, sweet.
Well, who'd have thought it, fellas? The World Trade Center, made out of sheetrock. Huh? We need some help.
Quase 40 andares acima, Frank, Pablo e Mac continuam decididos a salvar as pessoas presas nos gabinetes antes de saírem do edifício.
On the 88th floor. We're sending 2 more down. We're coming down too. Do you copy?
I think he truly did know every inch of the building, both buildings, of the towers. He knew him.
Let's head down. Listen. That's Met Live, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Help! We're stuck in here! We can't get out! Help!
Near the end, or near the time when it was apparent that within a few minutes the smoke would be thick enough and we would not survive. One of the fellas yelled, "Hey, there's somebody banging on the door."
Wait, I think I heard something.
And I hear the pounding, pound, pound, bang, bang, bang. Nobody knew that the wall was merely a plasterboard or sheetrock.
Stand back. We're coming through.
I thought it was concrete. It looked like concrete. It was painted like concrete, but I didn't know. Nobody knew.
Hey, anybody hurt?
No, everyone's okay.
All right. Coming through, Mac.
All right, everybody, this way.
On this day,
Stairwell C.
these fellas that were gray-collar workers and blue-collar workers had the wherewithal to save everyone else, while the lawyers and the accountants didn't quite know what to do and had no sense of how to act in this situation. And these fellas did.
You all right, sir? Yeah.
Frank, take him down.
No. I'm staying here.
Frank, Nicole is waiting for you. She'll be waiting for you.
Mac?
Yeah?
Can you get him down?
Frank, you go.
No. We'll be right behind you after we check out the other floors.
Okay. This way, sir.
We should head up. If there are people trapped here, there are probably others.
You think the structure's holding up?
I don't know. That's what we gotta find out. We should head down.
And I just said,
Thanks.
and he nodded back in return. And that's the last I saw of this fella, until I was flipping through the pages and pages and pages of obituary photographs several weeks later. And as I'm flipping through these pages of hundreds of people, I see this fella's face. I'm like, that's the guy. That's the guy who I was nose to nose with. And I saw his name, Frank DeMartini. And now I knew who the fella was. But here he was. Here was his picture, and he didn't make it out.
Breaking news from WTOP.
A news update. 2 passenger jets have crashed into the Twin Towers of New York's World Trade Center. The disaster happened shortly after 9 a.m.
Nesta altura, o mundo inteiro já se tinha apercebido da magnitude do ataque.
Auch Sie sehen mich ja hier in dieser Situation, dass mir manchmal die Worte fehlen, um zu beschreiben, was ich hier gerade auch zum ersten Mal sehe. Ein Terrorakt ungeahnter Größenordnung hat.
For example, business coverage, of course, we have some remarkable pictures coming in from New York, which we can go to now. The World Trade Center appears to be on fire.
There is a working assumption among federal law enforcement agencies that this could be some action undertaken by the Osama bin Laden group. Let's go back.
Em todo o mundo, milhões de pessoas olham espantadas e observam o horror através dos ecrãs. Ao mesmo tempo, no interior das Torres Gêmeas, os sobreviventes tentavam escapar por todos os meios possíveis.
Scanning the skies looking for a possible attack. Every fire and rescue crew has been told to be aware of that. We cannot tell you at the moment.
It works. I don't know. I'm not sure this is a good idea. You could get stuck. There might be a fire.
Yeah, Hong, Victor may be right.
We can get down faster.
You know what they say about elevators when there's been a fire.
Okay. Maybe it's better if we send an object down to the next floor, then call it back up.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Look, if everyone agrees, I'm happy to volunteer.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
You a trader?
Yeah.
You think tech stocks are a good bet right now?
Victor, you know, I really don't think this is the time or the place.
He should have definitely been a professor at Columbia University, a history professor. I think he would have been a much happier man. He got caught up a little bit in having to work, you know, and make a living and having the children in school and with their tuitions and everything, that he just settled for being a stockbroker. And I think he always wanted to do something else.
Can you see anything?
There's another wall. Maybe it's thinner than the other one.
Well, only one way to find out. Where are we? What?
Bathroom.
Yes, yes. Say, anybody need to go to the bathroom?
28 andares abaixo, Frank e Pablo tomaram finalmente a decisão de evacuar. Apenas para descobrirem algo que se torna evidente, que o pior ainda está para vir.
Pablo?
Yeah.
I don't like the look of this. Construction manager to base. I'm on the 78th floor, North Tower. The express elevators are at risk of collapse. The steel is failing. We need a structural engineer. Do you copy? Construction manager to base. I'm on the 78th floor.
Fire department, I copy you.
Yeah, I need a structural engineer in the 78th floor sky lobby now. The elevators are at risk of collapse. Do you copy?
A mensagem de Frank é a primeira do interior do edifício e a primeira vez que uma testemunha ocular no interior avisa que as partes da estrutura estão a ceder.
Every time we think it can't get any worse, we are now learning that the FAA is shutting down all takeoffs anywhere in the country.
Now, the FBI, according to the Associated Press, is investigating reports of a plane hijacking just before those crashes.
President Bush calls this an apparent terrorist attack. The president is in the air. He's returning to Washington.
The State Department has been evacuated. The Associated Press has learned the White House has been evacuated after the Secret Service received a credible threat of a terrorist attack.
These military aircraft, fighter aircraft, armed with guns and missiles, have direct orders to divert and or shoot down any plane that seems bent on crashing into something else.
Now we have unconfirmed reports there has been an explosion. There is a fire at the Pentagon here in Washington.
A huge fire has engulfed the Pentagon. And even more terrifying, a big chunk of the building has been destroyed.
In fact, we have obviously a state of siege here in the nation's capital as this apparently coordinated attack takes place.
Let's right now go to the White House area, the White House grounds of...
Looks like he got stuck or got out.
He'll come back.
But what if he doesn't?
Then we'll think of something else. Welcome back.
It's clear.
Great.
But only as far as the 44th floor.
Oh.
Come on, it's better than nothing, Victor.
All right.
Almost home, huh?
We're gonna try to break out. It's just too smoky in here.
Did you let your
Yeah. Honey, I have to go.
Okay.
And Jack?
She was saying goodbye. That's how it felt. That's what it was. When we hung up, I called our minister and I asked him to pray, and he said he'd have a prayer chain, and then I prayed. And I felt her body go right through mine, and I knew she was gone.
I gotta make a call.
I ain't taking that. Hey, buddy. Do we know what's going on?
Pentagon got hit.
What?
The Pentagon? I said it was an accident. And that fireman said no.
We're at war.
That words were really scary. It was war.
Hi, you don't know me, but I need you to make a call for me.
Who is this?
My name is Victor Wald. I need you to make a call to my wife, Rebecca.
But I don't know her.
I need you to pass her a message.
Can't you call her yourself?
I tried calling her, but I couldn't get through. That's why I'm calling your number at random.
Is this some kind of joke?
No, it's not a joke. My name is Victor Wald. I'm in the World Trade Center.
Oh, my God.
I can't get through to my wife. I'm asking you to call her. Her number is the same as yours, except there's a 6 at the end instead of a 7.
And what's the message?
Could you just tell her... I'm all right.
Okay. Okay, I will.
Thanks.
They just hit the Pentagon.
We better be clear on these doors.
I really think we should go. Now. Al-Qaeda.
What? Come on.
Al-Qaeda. They're a bunch of terrorists.
Yeah, whoever they are, we gotta go now.
I bet you it was them.
Guys, take this exit.
Come on, up this exit. Go, Victor, go.
Oh, not more stairs.
Hey, guys, head back. Now, this is the man who will help us down. Huh?
I think about them in my prayers. And that fireman, may God bless him wherever he is, because if it hadn't been for him leading us to the safety, I wouldn't be sitting here talking now.
This is 10 on 450. Do you copy? I've got 6 seconds. Do you copy? Follow me.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Please, please. Trust me. Come on. Let's go. Hey, let's hope this one works.
No more elevators.
What? Are you gonna walk?
Well, I prefer.
And I come into elevator, I see the big sign, do not use the elevator when it's fire. And I stay and I don't know what to do. I said, something's wrong.
Listen, man, it'll take 30 minutes to walk down. We may not have 30 minutes.
I said, that's manuscript. Not responsible for yourself, because if you were stuck at another elevator, who's going to help you?
You got no choice, my friend.
Come on. What's your name?
Yeah.
Jan? I'm Al.
Good to see you. Nice to meet you.
Em condições normais, era preciso mais de 1 hora para subir as escadas no interior de uma torre. Cada bombeiro tinha de transportar quase 50 quilos de equipamento, bem como com o fluxo interminável de pessoas que desciam. Às 9h58, mais de 170 membros do Serviço de Bombeiros de Nova Iorque encontravam-se na Torre Norte.
Down the corridor, on your left, into the office. Guys, take a rest. 2 minutes.
No edifício 2, a Torre Sul, cerca de 8.000 pessoas conseguiram sair. Escaparam mesmo a tempo.
One for you.
No problem. We're brothers, right?
Yeah. Now let's get out of here.
Everyone stick together! Come on! Diane!
No edifício 1, a Torre Norte, na escada dos pisos inferiores, há uma lenta corrente de evacuados, entre os quais Rick Bryan e os trabalhadores resgatados no 89º andar. Então, algo desconcertante acontece.
And all of a sudden, a huge cloud of this dark gray smoke comes shooting up the stairway and just covering everyone and everything. And it was hot, very, very hot.
Our building started to shake. It swayed back and forth, and then the lights went out.
No, there's nothing there.
I said, is that what I thought it was? Thinking that part of our building collapsed. And he just looked at me.
South Tower's collapsed.
In a very serious face, he said, the South Tower's just collapsed. Knowing that a high-rise building has never collapsed before. And now the sister building that we were in and had suffered the same fate, but it got hit later than ours, had just collapsed. So I'm thinking to myself as he said that, he says, we're gonna be lucky to get out of here.
Okay, guys, I want us out of here now. Pick up your stuff, we're heading out right now. Sal, your rope.
You guys, Captain. Keep your stuff.
The sheer terror that we're in this building and we're were dead men walking. The fire department's a semi-military organization, and you don't do things without orders. So I was basically self-evacuating. It was my instinct that I perceived the danger and I acted on it.
Okay, how about going?
What was that? It sounded like an explosion. Victor, you gotta be positive. We've got to go.
In case you hadn't noticed, we're still only on the 36th floor.
Well, that's only 36 more floors to go. Now, come on.
I wasn't even supposed to be here.
What do you mean?
Working here. My job, my life. It's pathetic.
What, you want me
Pathetic.
to go ahead and see if I can find a faster route?
No, don't leave us.
I won't, but we have to go. Now, come on.
You let the family down. He could have probably pushed himself harder. But he didn't have to sit there and wait. You let people down. That's all. I don't think you realized how important he was in the family.
How about if you try going down like sitting?
I'm telling you, I can't move.
You have to fucking move!
Oh, you fucking move. Get out of here.
That fireman's words to me, I really felt was a way to get me off the hook. I was grateful to that fireman. But to think back, very likely the fireman knew what kind of danger we were all in, but he himself didn't move.
Harry?
Of course, I do not have these shining characters a man should have. There was some cowardness, selfishness displayed in my action, in my behavior.
You think we're going to make it, Harry? Harry.
Yeah.
We're going to make it, right?
Sure we will. Now, come on, you're gonna have to move, Victor. Pull yourself up and let's go. Get moving.
Come on, fellas, keep it moving. Come on, guys. Move it. Come on, fellas. Keep it coming. Hey, how's it going?
I've got a bad leg.
Well, can you walk?
Slowly.
And Tommy Falco turns around and looks at me and he says, "Hey, Cap, what do you want to do with her?" And I took a deep breath. And it's like,
Okay, let's give you a hand here. Come on, guys. We got ourselves a VIP to get down. Okay? You ready? Hey, man. Want any help? That's the stuff. Right here. Four more steps. All right, take it away. That's the green. So they're real well.
and people ask me, says, "Why did you do that? You know, you could have passed her by, nobody would have known." I says, "I would have known." You know, and the sight of her standing in the doorway would have haunted me forever.
Great stuff. You can do it. Come on. Go fight. Excellent.
Come on, baby. This door open. Come on.
They should be here by now.
Time to go, ladies.
We're glad to see you. Come on.
Both towers were hit. But what more can you tell?
I've seen many people running to save themselves. Most of those who ran past me are exhausted. Many of them just can't believe that this has happened, or that they've been lucky enough to have made it out. I would have to say, at this distressing time, I can see a huge pillar of dust and smoke where one of the Twin Towers once stood. It's too soon to speculate on the full extent of this horrifying damage right now.
It was really, every fiber in your body is screaming. It was like, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here.
Whoa, you okay? You okay?
What was once, we were almost like running down the stairs.
Guys, make a space.
Now our evacuation is one step at a time. Both feet on the same step, going very slowly. And now this is becoming like Chinese water torture going down the stairs. You know, the clock is ticking.
Okay, guys, take a rest. Josephine.
Yeah.
You want some water?
No.
Josephine. It wasn't a question. Drink some water.
And I developed this trait of mine. Whenever a situation got more serious, I would speak more slowly and more deliberately, because if the situation is that serious, you didn't need somebody screaming in your ear to add more anxiety to the situation. So I would try to diffuse that by speaking in a more calm manner. And I was at my calmest.
Guys, I'm gonna see if I can find us a chair we can carry it, okay?
Okay, nearly there. Come on, take my hand. Here, go. Go.
Yeah, this way. Stairwell seat. Any word on our engineer?
No. You think we should go?
No.
Neither do I.
I mean, I think he felt he could do it. I mean, why not?
I may be hurt, I may be tired, I may be burnt, but I'll get out.
Yeah.
So I broke into the 4th floor to look for some sort of a sturdy chair that we could put her on the chair and we could pick it up and run with her, thinking that we gotta keep moving. We gotta, you know, the clock is ticking. You know, it's the biggest office building in the world, and it wasn't an office floor. It was a mechanical equipment room floor. And I was way on the other side of the building, and I was running, and I never run out of fire. And something just told me, says, you know what, this just isn't working out. We're just gonna have to drag her down the stairs.
It'll be okay. Just this way. This way. You're almost there. Come on. Yeah, we got about 20. Come on.
I went out from the side of the building, and I kept walking on West Side Highway. And then I heard some people screaming. I looked back. That's when I saw at the very close distance, I saw the building collapse. thought probably we lost Harry at that moment.
Às 10h28, a Torre Norte ruiu. Demorou apenas 12 segundos.
Division 6 acting, K, urgent. Division 6 acting, go. You're responding down to the World Trade Center. You're maintaining radio communication and advise Manhattan Dispatch what exactly is going on, K. We are unable to make any kind of communication.
It collapsed. The top floors collapsed down. I saw it blow and then ran like hell. Thank God. I'm 69, but I can still run. There's got to be firemen trapped back there, though.
Todos os que assistiram ao ruir da Torre Norte assumiram de imediato que todos os que lá estavam teriam morrido.
Everything okay?
Every time a floor hit another floor, it was like a loud boom, like a train that was off its tracks and was hitting the railroad ties, and it was getting closer and closer.
Listen up. I'm gonna do a roll call. Billy. Yeah.
So violent was the vibration that we were actually being bounced around off the floor.
Yeah.
And just kept waiting. Just kept waiting for that big beam or that big piece of concrete to come. And for us, it didn't come.
Matt? Yeah! Sounds like you dropped a couple of floors there, buddy. And how about our special guest?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here. And my name's Josephine.
Good job, Josephine.
And I'm up here, you know, to have no idea what I look like. I never dawned on me, you're great too, kiddo. You can all you want, but it won't help.
All the furnishings and the fixtures inside the building, none of that existed after the collapse. There were no desks, there were no phones, no computers, no copy machines, no chairs, nothing. It had all been pulverized by the tremendous amount of energy that was created by this collapse. And it was just pulverized into this dust. And we're in the geographic center of that dust.
Sergeant Jonas, ladder 6. We're on the 4th floor. North Tower. We need help. Do you copy?
And somebody got on the radio and said, "Where's the North Tower?" Like I looked at my radio, I says, "Where's the North Tower?" I said, "Man, we're in trouble if they don't know where the North Tower is."
I had stepped out onto West Street, wondering what could have happened to cause this mess. The ash and the fire trucks twisted up like toys. I went back towards the building where there was a fireman. And I walked up to the fellow and I said, you know, hey, there's a body over here. He looked at me with a look that I sensed, hey, why is he looking at me like I have two heads, like I'm crazy? Why is he giving me this look? And he said, just go on. And I realized there were actually bodies and people scattered all over the place. And you couldn't see what the scene was like because everything was covered with ash.
Cones of bodies. Cones of bodies. Cones of bodies. Stay away from cones of bodies. Cones of bodies.
2.749 pessoas morreram nas Torres Gêmeas naquela manhã, incluindo Melanie DeVere, Christina Lander e mais de 150 delegados e pessoal da Windows on the World. Elaine Gentle e 95 dos seus colegas do Fiduciary Trust, incluindo Ed Amery, e 84 trabalhadores da autoridade portuária que zelavam pelo edifício.
You know, the people that I knew at the Port Authority, Jerry Guggen, Bill Jones, Tommy, Claro, and Margie, and all these people, they were just, you know, just like... It was just like there was a big family.
Na Torre Norte, Frank DiMartini e Pablo Ortiz perderam ambos a vida. Ainda ajudavam pessoas a escapar quando o edifício ruiu.
Well, I mean, I think for me, there still is this burning, hole that you don't really know what happened. And of course, I would like to know more about, what was happening, and I know he'd love to tell it.
He would be so sad to see them fall, and saving as many people as he did, that it was somehow fitting that he went up into the air with the buildings.
Juntamente com Mac Hanna, que saiu do edifício para ajudar evacuados, Pablo e Frank salvaram mais de 50 pessoas. Entre elas, Rick Bryan e as 22 pessoas presas no 89º andar, incluindo a recepcionista Diane de Fontes.
Pablo's wife put up a website, and her children were on it, and I sent her an email, and I told her, I tried to tell her how I felt, and that her husband and their father is the reason that I'm alive. And I know that his absence is a terrible thing. But here is a man that you can be proud of because he saved other people's lives.
Stanley Praimnath e Brian Clark sobreviveram ambos. 61 pessoas da empresa de Brian, a Euro Brokers, perderam a vida, assim como 23 da empresa de Stanley, o Banco Fuji. Victor Wald e Harry Ramos morreram quando a Torre Norte ruiu.
We got a picture of Harry Ramos. It was a brilliant picture. It was a very sharp picture with a Rolex watch. And I said to my children, well, Victor...
І то кожен день ще мутає в голові. Тяжко забути за той день, бо багато людей загинуло, багато друзів, багато знайомих, приятелів. Ну і я там був того дня. Я пережив то. Майже 3000 людей не пережило. І то тяжко забути за це.
I hear Battalion 1-8 to ladder 6, Battalion 1-8 to ladder 6. Is that you on the radio? I said, yeah, it's me. Rescue 3 to ladder 6, Captain J. Jonas. This is Cliff. I'm coming for you, brother. I'm coming for you. And that was the first, it choked me up. It's the first time in my career where I had become the person in need of rescue instead of the person coming to do the rescue.
Passariam quase 5 horas até que J. Jonas e as 13 pessoas que se encontravam com ele fossem libertadas. Deviam a vida a um extraordinário golpe de sorte.
Once the collapse reached our area, it kind of ran out of energy because the pile itself was about 6 to 7 stories tall, the debris pile. And we were in that 2-story cocoon. If you were lower than that, the debris settled there and you didn't make it. If you were above that, you were part of the kinetic energy of the collapse and you didn't make it. So you really had to be where we were.
Over there you can see a police emergency service unit. They're trying basically now to reestablish some kind of a safe perimeter. And many of the emergency workers basically just happy to be alive. Certainly that picture tells it all. Many of them just happy to be alive at this point, having survived what is an extraordinary event, the collapse of 2 towers.
343 bombeiros e 60 agentes policiais morreram na queda das Torres Gêmeas.
Josephine, is that you?
It ends up I did make the right decisions that day, but I didn't know they were the right decisions at the time. Running into Josephine Harris, making this decision to stop and save her, we inadvertently saved ourselves.
And I looked around, and there was this disarray. And I said, this is it? And he says, yeah, this is what's left. And I said, how many other people have come out of there? And he said, none. And I was just stunned. Don't push it under the rug. Don't forget it, because it can happen again. And I believe that they are going to try again. It won't be tomorrow, it won't be next year, but they're coming back.
Nos primeiros 5 anos que passaram desde o 11 de setembro, como as bombas em Londres e Madrid vieram a testar, o empenho da Al-Qaeda em ataques simultâneos não diminuiu. Josephine Harris não é a única a pensar que dia eles poderão voltar a acontecer.
I don't know of a single expert who we interviewed or have talked to before or since we made our report who doesn't believe there'll be another attack. We have made 41 recommendations. We see them implemented only partially, and in some cases not at all. And yet every one of those recommendations, which everybody agrees with, is designed to make the American people safer. If I have a nightmare, it is about the combination of a terrorist and a nuclear device. My worry is that we could be saying the same thing. Why didn't we do this and why didn't we do that? So there will be another attack, and if we're not prepared, God help us.
Well, these are the pants that I was wearing on that day. And I made it my project. I guess it kept me a little from really going completely out of my mind. I made it my project to wash them by hand, and every day I would wash them a little more and hang them up to dry, and then I'd see some more dirt, and I'd put more soap, and then I'd scrub the legs because I just had to get them clean. It was like washing away. It may sound silly, but washing away the dirt and evil and the bad and just getting it out, and I did. And unfortunately, they don't fit anymore, but they're clean.